Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back. What's good, everybody? How we doing? How we doing? Welcome back to another Just Crypto After Dark. I'm your man, JustAman 04, as we all know. But what is good, everybody? How we doing? Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. Man, it's been a good one. We saw the bubbles a while ago. Crypto's kind of all over the place. It doesn't know if it wants to go up or down or up or down. But I have a feeling that I don't know. We'll get into it. But as we saw a while ago, we saw that the bubbles are going crazy. I think earlier we were up. Bitcoin was up. ETH was up. The whole market was up. And then now I come back on here to do a live stream, and now Bitcoin's down 1.5%. So who knows? Where's that crystal ball? I'm still waiting for my crystal ball to come in. Apparently it got stuck somewhere in shipping because it doesn't exist. But anyways, Eddie T in the building. What is good, brother? How you doing? What is good, my guy? Absolutely. Please smash that like button and sub. And if you are over on X watching, please do me a favor. Hit the like button. Hit the retweet button. Leave me a comment. You can actually join the conversation straight from X. All you got to do, I think you have to be on a PC. I think you got to be on a PC. But if you're not, if you are on a PC and you're watching this, clicking through, appreciate it. Leave me a comment. Let me know. But yeah, smash the like button. Hit that sub if you haven't already. If you really want to help the channel, become a member. I don't ever say that. I hardly ever say that because A, I forget about it, and B, I'm terrible at promoting myself. But yeah. What's good, everybody? How we doing? I see we got a couple of folks in the building already. So definitely appreciate y'all for coming in and hanging out and tuning in and seeing what we got going on for sure. Last night was a late night for me. We scheduled a 1 a.m. my time Grove Live Spotlight with a really good project, Galileo. They got some interesting things over there, so that was fun. Got to hang out with them. Pierre, who had that silky smooth French accent, he talked like this, and I was very jealous. I wish I could talk like this. That's the best French accent I could do. That's the best I could do. But no, it was really cool. Got to hang out with them and kind of learn a little bit about a new project, which is always fun. But man, it seems like meme coins are still a couple of them are still rocking. But we'll get into all that here as we go. But first off, let's start off with overall coin market cap and just take a look and see what's going on in the world of crypto when it comes to crypto and see where everything's at. Let's take a look. Let's see what the fear and greed is. The fear and greed still hanging out around the 50 mark. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. I'm probably in the yellow myself. I don't know if we're gonna have more downward pressure before we go up again. But so I'm probably right there around that neutral. I'm probably a little more over here-ish. If I'm being truthfully honest. But earlier I saw the markets were up like 1.5%, 1.6%, and now we're down 1%. So let's take a look at Bitcoin as we're sitting here hanging out. What is the overall market cap? 1.65 trillion. So I mean, you got to realize, just a few months ago, we were like struggling to hold on to a trillion. And here we are added, $650 million to it in just a couple of months. So take that into account. But let's take a look right here at Bitcoin, see what the daily chart looks like as we can take a look. We saw, that's what I thought, like the last couple of hours since about 4:35 my time. We've seen a pretty hard sell-off. So why? I don't know. But we were hanging out. We started the day off, in the 43 range, got all the way up to 43, almost 44,000. And since then, it kind of bounced off of that. Tried to work back up to it. Didn't quite make it. And so we pulled back a little bit to the 42,000 level. So not terrible on a day chart. But if you look at the week, still having a heck of a week after last week's, 38,000. I think is where we got down to. Last week was 38,000. So we're having a good week. It's still a good week for Bitcoin. And so that is a good sign for the rest of the market, because as we know, where Bitcoin goes, the rest of the market will follow. But yeah, Bitcoin hanging around that 42,000, 43,000 mark. Not crazy. I'm curious as to what the month looks like. ETF approval gets announced, had a big sell off, and then had another big sell off and more sell offs, which was, as we all know, Grayscale kind of taking some profits, selling some of theirs right there. But I have an article coming up that I want to jump into here in just a little bit about that as well. So on the month, we're basically right where we started. January, we saw some great things happen in January, and we had some pullbacks, but we're basically right there where we started at the beginning of the month. So nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy, in my opinion. So let's go take a look over here and see what the rest of the markets are looking like. Ethereum having a better day than Bitcoin, not having as much of a sell off as of late. Still has a decent sell off, but $50 compared to $1,900. So on the day, Ethereum is up. Started the day at 23.23, and so here we are at 23.36, up just a little bit. Nothing crazy. 0.5%. On the week, 5% on the week. Still pretty good. If we can take a 5% every week, I'd be happy. I'm just saying, like slow and steady, 5% increase every week. That'd be great. I don't know about y'all, but I'd take that. I don't know about y'all. I'd take that. I would totally take a 5% increase week over week. But here we go on the month. We saw of course, the Bitcoin approvals happen. Ethereum went skyrocketing, and so got all the way up to 2,700. Had some pull-offs. Some pullbacks as well. If you notice, a lot of this looks like the Bitcoin chart. A lot of that looks like the Bitcoin chart. ETFs get approved. We see a run up. We see Grayscale start to sell off a little bit, pull back. And here we are steadily climbing back up. So like we say, where Bitcoin goes, the rest of the market follows. And that's just kind of the way it is. You got BNB up on the day. Congratulations to BNB being up, one of few up, 0.17%. Congratulations. I was sitting there at $300. Solana hit that $100 mark, 18%, almost 18.5% on the week. So we're seeing a lot of Solana meme coins, the Solana projects being launched, and so having that Solana around the $100 mark, making some pretty good use case for that. I bet if we were to go look at the top memes, we see quite a bit of Solana memes on there right now as the top producers and top gainers of the day. You know what? Let's do it. I probably should have hit the right button. Where's my memes at? Let's do this. I want memes. Why can't I find? Nope. I had it earlier and I don't remember where I found it at. I don't remember where I put my memes. But anyways, I bet we could find right here, maybe right here. No. Yeah, we're working through this live. I had it earlier. I refreshed my screen, went home, and I completely lost where my memes are. Solana ecosystem, I bet right here. So Solana on there. So having some decent projects, doing well over on Solana. You got Bonk up there. I think Bonk's probably the top meme coin at the moment. So Bonk, dog with hat. Having a little bit of a pullback on the day, 20% on the day. What is Bonk at? 8% on the day. So, everything is taking a little bit of a pullback, which is totally expectable. Myro's up there having 5% on the day, 50% down on the week. So, like I said, we've had some really good meme projects, some really good projects over on Solana Network that have been doing really well for the last couple of weeks. So Solana seems to be kind of the hot fad out right now, the trend, as we call it. So not too shabby. And I think the more time, the more we can find use cases for other networks outside of Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB. I think we're gonna, I think it's a good thing for crypto. So Solana right now kind of being the hot one. And so we'll have to see what happens next. I don't know if Avalanche or, some of these other, networks, maybe Matic. Um, but it seems to be Solana right now is kind of the hot one at the moment. So that's kind of where we are on the day when it comes to what the markets are looking like as we see, Bitcoin, as always, where Bitcoin goes, the rest of the market follows. So yeah, there it is. But I do have an article that I want to show, which probably will give us a little bit of bullishness towards Bitcoin as we see. Let me get that article pulled up. Boom. There it is. So Bitcoin's price near 44,000 as ETFs see net inflow for first time in a week. So like we said, last week we saw Grayscale having a little bit of a sell-off. And here we go. We got first time since the 22nd, which really isn't that, it's 8 days a week ago. But I think we had we'll scroll down here. 20,000 Bitcoin leaving the funds between the 23rd and the 26th right here, roughly. So with that much losing, we're leaving the markets. Users have added 4,200, nearly, which is $183 million. That was yesterday. So looking pretty good as we see. The last previous in net inflow day was January 22nd when the spot produced as a group added just over 1,200 Bitcoin. And yesterday we added about 4,000. So the 10 spot Bitcoin ETFs on Monday experienced first net inflows in 1 week, helping to send the price of Bitcoin to its highest level since the day after the funds began trading. So like I said, we saw about 20,000 Bitcoin leave, during a couple of days. And so we're starting to kind of build back up, 4,200 Bitcoin, $183 million worth coming back in yesterday. That's solid. So we just need to kind of continue to build on that. And hopefully we don't get too much more sell off from these asset managers. And I think that really will help us out in the long run. Cuff in the building. What's good, brother? Cuffing the dip in the building. The one and only cuffing the dip. What's good, brother? How you doing, man? But yeah, there was another article over there that I wanted to pull up that kind of goes along the same kind of lines as the ETFs. As we're starting to hear rumors and news about Ethereum, the Ethereum ETFs, which potentially could hit, as this article is saying, rumors are May 23rd. So now we all saw how long it took for Bitcoin ETFs to get approved. I don't think it will take as long just because we have the groundwork done. The foundation is there because Bitcoin has already kind of paved the way. So we do have potential for spot ETFs for Ethereum, and they're talking about anticipated approval on May 23rd. That could be big time. That could be big time. Well, hold on. Time out. We got Adam Shelton in the building, the one and only Adam Shelton. What's good, brother? How you doing, man? I got Cuffing the Dip and Adam Shelton in the building. Man, it's starting to feel like old school times. Back in the day. But what's good, Adam? How you been, man? Hopefully things are all well on your end. As my phone, like I said, my phone never rings until I start a live stream, and then it goes bzz, bzz, bzz the entire time. But man, right? What up, Adam? Yeah, facts. Adam, we got Adam and yo. Man, it's been a minute since we had since I've heard from my main man Adam over there. Cuffy's usually pops in every once in a while. As always, he's the homie. But he's one of those guys that he's been on the stream a couple of times, 1 or 2 times. I don't remember how many times, but a couple of times. And we always had some good times back in the day. But yeah, like I was saying, so we could get these Ethereum spot ETFs potentially in the month of May. I'm always like, anytime I see a firm date, I always kind of want to. I always take that with a grain of salt. I don't know about y'all, but I've been in crypto long enough to know that when you hear a salt, when you hear a date, you always question it. You always want to question it and think it's not right. I'd be excited. I think it'd be a good idea to go ahead and get those ETH ETFs. See, Bitcoin ETFs was difficult. ETH ETFs, that's going to be even harder for me. My dyslexia is going to kick in, and I'm just going to butcher that all a lot. But, but yeah, brother man, doing well on my side. Hopefully things are good on yours as well. But yeah, let's see here. Let's kind of get into this article a little bit. So, British Bank expects SEC to treat spot ETH ETFs applications similar to Bitcoin ETFs and anticipates an approval date of May 23rd. See, you start putting a date on it. That's when my spidey senses start tingling, and I don't like that. I don't like firm dates. Now, if they said somewhere around in the May area, yeah, okay, cool. But the fact that we got May 23rd, so it could happen. It could happen. You know, the SEC, now that we've had the foundation for with Bitcoin already kind of going through this, we could see a quicker decision made by the SEC when it comes to Ethereum. 100%. We could totally see a quicker decision made when it comes to ETH. So I would definitely be on board with that. I think that just brings more legitimacy to crypto when you have not just one, but you have the top two that'll be able to be traded on the exchanges. So I think it'd be a good thing. ETH, the second largest cryptocurrency by market value, could rise nearly 70% from current levels and hit 4,000 by May as applications for spot-based exchange-traded funds, ETFs, will likely win regulatory approval in the United States. I just don't like the hard date. So let's continue to read on and see why they give us the May 23rd. Led by research head Geoff Kendrick, the Stand Chart Analysis expects the U.S. Securities, the SEC, as it did with Bitcoin, will delay decisions on spot ETFs applications until eventually giving a green light on the first final deadline. Okay, so that's why they're giving it the May 23rd. So May 23rd will be the first deadline for those ETFs to be approved. So what this article is saying is that they believe that the first deadline will be when they approve it. Okay, now I understand why we got a hard date. See, that's why we do our research. That's why we read a little bit, not just read the headlines, read the whole thing. Because if I just read the headline and didn't come down here and read the whole thing, I'd be like, yeah, I don't know about that. But this puts May 23rd as provisional day for approval and the date of final deadlines for applications set by asset manager Van Eck and ARK 21 shares. So that's something kind of that we can kind of chew on there. Something to kind of chew on there. We have potential. We have potential. That could be the first deadline. Let me get rid of that ad playing in the corner because it's going to bother me staring at it. So Quackpots, not yet. Did I hear you say Grove ETF? Not yet. I don't know. I'm not privy to that announcement or that information, but I'd venture to say not yet on that one. But what's good, Quackpots? How you doing, man? So the first deadline for these ETFs for Ethereum is May 23rd. So we could potentially see if the SEC. Now, I'm always probably going to lean towards the SEC taking their sweet time, just because that's kind of the way they've been. They like to take their sweet time. But the fact that we've already had Bitcoin ETFs and they dragged Bitcoin ETFs out for a long time, like they had 240 days after the original, when the original deadline hit, they had 240 days. So like I think it was like dang near like 290, something like that. Maybe it was 45 days and then 240, something like that. So they had dang near a year. Now I don't know that it'll take a year for the SEC, but when it comes down to the SEC making a fast decision, Yeah, probably not. Probably not. I hope I'm wrong on this one. I really do hope I'm wrong, and I hope that Ethereum doesn't get approved for the ETF in May. That'd be very solid. I think that would do a lot of good for crypto as a whole. Like I said, not only having Bitcoin as an ETF, but now you got number one and number two having Bitcoin and Ethereum being able to be traded on the ETFs. I think that'd be very, very, very positive thing for crypto. Not just one, but having two crypto that would be on there. So yes, Miss Tammy J in the building. How you doing, ma'am? How you doing? How you doing? So, uh, I would love to see that happen, and I would love to see Ethereum go to 4,000. But we all thought that the Bitcoin ETFs would send Bitcoin crazy. I myself quoted, and you can go back and look at it. But I don't remember what video it was, but I'm sure somebody on the internet who really cared could go back and find it. I said it could go up 20, 30, 40% in a day. I was way wrong. I didn't take into account that the price of a Bitcoin was already kind of priced in with all of the asset managers being they had been acquiring during that time. So now I think they've been spending a lot of their time acquiring Bitcoin. So now they may try and kind of change their focus towards Ethereum, which could send Ethereum on a nice little run. And as we know, something else happens around that time frame, which will be the Bitcoin halving. The Bitcoin halving is not really changing too much, which is around, we're estimating around April 18th. So January, February, March, April, you could have the halving. Then a month later, you could get the approval for the Ethereum ETFs. Now that could potentially jumpstart something and get it going, as we're only 11,000, a little under 12,000 blocks away from that halving happening. So, less than 80 days potentially. No, I don't want to sign up for that. Thank you. Less than 80 days, we could potentially have Bitcoin ETFs. We already got them. The halving could happen, and then spot ETFs for ETH. That would be pretty solid. That would be a pretty solid, and that would be a pretty nice jumpstart, kickstart, whatever you want to call it, for a bull run. That could definitely start the bulls in the right direction when you have those kind of catalysts starting the new year off and kind of closing out quarter one and getting into quarter two with some pretty high, that's some pretty heat right there. That's some pretty high heat right there. So thoughts. Let me know. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think do you think the ETH approval for ETFs will get done by 23rd? Do y'all think it'll happen? Or do y'all think the SEC will take their sweet time? Y'all let me know. Cuff, Adam, if y'all are still here, Quackpots, Tammy J, Eddie T, y'all let me know. Because I just don't know about it. Like I could, half of me says, yeah, just because Bitcoin has already kind of paved the way. But the other half of me says it's still the SEC, and the SEC is going to take their sweet old time, as we know, always taking their time, making decisions. But another thing you could put in there is the fact that it is an election year. So, everybody's trying to make everything seem really good for their party before an election. So that could kind of tie into it a little bit. That could sway the decision to be made a little bit quicker. That way, the summertime rolls around and we got Bitcoin, we got ETFs for Ethereum as well. The markets are kind of turning around. Look what's happening. Look what we're doing. But that could be, kind of smoke and mirror. But that's politics. And I don't know enough about politics to get into a political conversation. So I just know that you go back and look historically, it's whoever's in office tries to make everything seem like, oh, we're doing great. Everything's great. But as we all know and have all felt over the last few years, It's not all great. It's not all fine and hunky dory. It's rough out here. Inflation's still up. We do have the FOMC tomorrow, so we'll have something to talk about tomorrow during our Growth Live that we have already scheduled. It's already over on Twitter, so if you haven't already, go hit the alarm. Set your alarm for that. Set your reminders. So that's kind of where we are today. That's kind of where we are today with that big news of the ETFs potentially getting approved on the 23rd of May. So, maybe we'll have to wait and see. I'm one of those that you have to prove to me before. So, and right now the SEC really just, I don't know. The SEC is the SEC. Yep, sweetie time. I think they will drag on. That's what probably the majority of me thinks that we'll have a little run on Ethereum before the 23rd. People anticipating that it's going to happen. It won't happen, so we'll have a little bit of a sell off, and then after this initial deadline, I think they have like 240 days, just like Bitcoin. So it could it's something that could drag on for a while. But Bitcoin's already been approved. They've already done the groundwork. The foundation is there. They kind of already know what language, what verbiage needs to be put into these applications. So I don't think they will delay it. What would be the reason? What would their reason be? Because they're the SEC. No, that's a good point. With Bitcoin, they could continuously deny the applications because of the language that was in the applications. Well, it says this and it needs to say that, so you're gonna have to go back and amend that and rewrite it, reword it. You're gonna have to do this, make this change. Well, those changes and all that has already been done with the Bitcoin. So you could kind of come back in with the Ethereum and kind of use that template for those applications. Now it's a different project. Bitcoin and Ethereum completely different. We know that. The SEC could make it change some words, some language, whatever they feel like. But that's a really good point. So we kind of got both sides here, which is kind of where I'm at. I'm kind of right here in the middle of this. Yeah, they take their sweet old time because that's what they do. But what would their reason be? Why would they choose to do that? It's another good point. I don't have an answer for that. I don't have an answer for that. There's way smarter people out there who probably do know the answer, but I do not. I do not. I'm just a man on YouTube that I'm so lucky that y'all come and hang out with. So, but like I said, it's I don't know. To me, it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip for me. I don't know. So, but let's see what else I'm gonna make sure I haven't missed any new articles popping up here. Nah, not much. Not much. We kind of talked about the Solana network and kind of the meme. That's kind of the hot spot to be right now. If there was a project launching, they're probably going to look at Solana to launch that. And you're seeing a lot of Solana projects being launched, of course. So we actually go take a look over here at Solana. I'm curious to see what the top 10 Solana is over on Dex Tools. So let's pull it up there. We got Solana there. You got is that Dog with a Whiff? Gmeat. GameStop is one that I've heard about like today. Like I saw something about this today, which it came out 2 to 4 days ago. 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago. But I've seen some traction over on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, for this one as well. I don't mean, what is it up? What's the price action there? From launch to where we are right now. Golly, imagine buying this day one and being up 165,000%. That's 165x. golly, all-time high. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to get depressed for missing that. 238. That's a 238x. Golly. If you would have bought here, sold here, which it looks like a lot of folks did, man, I really need to get on Solana Network. I really need to get some Solana in my life. Really need to get some Solana. But still, I mean, that's 165x. That's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. So you got Whiff, you got GameStop, you got Myro. Heard a lot about that. There's some people out there, some YouTubers. You got Jake, I think, and Rodney over there. I've been hearing a lot about Myro from them. So let's kind of zoom this out a little bit. Looks like Myro's actually been out for quite a while, and kind of just hung in there, did the things, like a lot of new projects do, kind of float around, and then boom. So having a little bit of a sell-off, which potentially could be the point of, getting close to the bottom of this Bollinger Band here. Trying to make that as big as possible. So we come down here, touch the bottom of the Bollinger Band. So, I mean, it could potentially, it potentially could be, something, you might, if you were interested in, jump in there on that. Something. And just like that, you got things changing around. Pasta's number one. You got Honk. Heard some things about Honk over on Twitter as well. So not too bad. Solana definitely seems to be kind of where the new meme coins are coming from. This seems to be where the new meme coins are they're getting launched, and they're hanging out, and they're making a lot of money. And as we saw with GameStop, 5 days old, 4 days old, and up 165,000%. That's wild to me. That is wild to me. Started at what? What was the price down here? 403. Now you're at 203. So basically, dropped 2 zeros in a couple of days. Not bad. Not bad at all. Seems like Bitcoin and ETH are two different animals. Bitcoin, more store of value, but ETH, so many things built onto their blockchain. Maybe why they will drag the ETH ETF out. Maybe I'm wrong. That's very true. It's very, very, very true. It's a heck of a lot easier to hold. If you're in crypto, it's easier to hold on to Bitcoin than it is Ethereum. For a long time, for me, anytime I had Ethereum, I was like, okay, I got Ethereum. I can buy something. I can buy it. I'm like a kid. You give a kid $10 and go in the store. They're like, okay, I can save this $10. And next week I got $20, or I can buy something right now. That's how I am with Ethereum. But a Bitcoin is definitely more of a store of value, something that you can kind of hold on to, put away, put it in one of those wallets that you don't look at often, leave it over there. But for me, when it comes to Ethereum, I'm like, all right, I got Ethereum now. What can I buy? What's on the cheap? What new project can I flip this into? Things like that. So for me, Ethereum is much harder to hold on to when it comes to Bitcoin, when it comes to Bitcoin or any other project, really. So I totally understand that. And that's another good point. It could be Bitcoin being a store of value. So they going to have to come in and completely redo, the application. You may not be able to completely use the Bitcoin template. You may be able to use bits and pieces. But we'll have to find out. I'm not confident either way. Where with the Bitcoin ETF, I was fairly confident that they were going to drag that thing out for a while, and they did. But with Ethereum, I could honestly see it going either way. I really, really could. I could see it being approved, but I could also see it not being approved because, well, it's the SEC, and they don't move fast. But there's different projects, different year. So who knows? I don't know. I would love to see Ethereum go on a nice run before, and then it get approved, and now we're making some moves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Bitcoin sitting or Ethereum sitting right now, what, 23, 2200, 2300, you know, add $1,700, basically almost double that. Um, that would be pretty big. And that would put us back to, let's pull it up here. If it goes to 4K, if it goes to 4K, that would put us back around all-time high. You know, a couple $100 off from all-time high, just on that. Now, again, I don't know how much we're going off of that one article that we read. They said that ETH could go to 4,000. So, but yeah, I mean, we're looking at almost an all-time high, which would be nice. Which would be nice. So we shall see. We shall see. 4,000 about right there. Yeah, I mean that's about $1,800, $1,700 to get us back there, based off kind of the projection of that one article. Again, it is one article, so we're not going to take that as gold, but it's something to think about. Again, if you're over on X watching, appreciate you. Most definitely appreciate you. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that retweet button, and just hit a like, hit a comment, leave me an emoji, something. Just do something. Do something for me over there. Let me know y'all are there. I see a couple of y'all over there. I see you. I don't know who you are, but I see you. So, but yeah. So, like I said, we got we got some things that are happening. You got Bitcoin just getting approved less than a month ago, and then you got the Bitcoin halving happening soon, and now we get the potential of ETH spot ETFs. So it could potentially be a really good end of quarter one and beginning of quarter two for us. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. So I like the fact it's looking better than the quarter one of 2023. It's looking better than the quarter one of 2022. So we feel like we are coming to the end of the bull run or the bear market, and potentially getting into the beginning of what could be a really, really nice bull cycle. What do you think about Render? Cool 3D tech. I know nothing about it. I know nothing about it, Quack. What network is it? Is it on? Is that another Solana one? What was the symbol you said? RNDR. RNDR. It looks like it's on ETH. Are they on Solana as well? No, just ETH. Okay. At a 1.7 billion market cap. That's nice. Looks like it's been around for quite a while. Looks like it's been around for a very long time. I mean, it's definitely been around. It's not anything new. This may be the launch day right here. What day is this? 2021. Jumped up. It was the all-time high, about $9 almost. And they're sitting there at 450. Not bad. 2.39 million in liquidity, 1.71 billion. Okay. 376 circulating supply. Almost 63,000 holders. 1.37 million on the market, on the daily market, daily volume. Again, I'm not a financial advisor and I know nothing about this project, but it looks like something, it might right now, it's at the top of the Bollinger Bands. So it's something that you might see what happens here as we get to the top of it. So got potential. I just did all of that and didn't share my screen. Love it. Love when I do that. Sitting there, just pulled it back, made it look pretty. Sitting here on my own and didn't share that screen. Love it. Love it. Yeah, Quackbox, it's on the Ethereum network. It looks like there might be one over on the Solana network as well, but I don't know if that is part of it or not as well. So, but like I said, it is at the top of the Bollinger Band. So when it comes to a buying time, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm literally just a guy on YouTube that y'all watch. But when it comes to getting at the top of the Bollinger Band, usually there's going to be a little bit of a bounce back, a little bit of a pullback, but that's not always the case. But if we look here, we got above the Bollinger Band, pulled back, and then worked our way back up. Got above the Bollinger Band, pulled back, got to the Bollinger Band, pulled back, got to the bottom of the Bollinger Band, and shot up. So it's always one of those. I like the Bollinger Bands. There are definitely better TA people out there. Cuff is a heck of a TA. Cuff is a heck of a TA guy when it comes to technical analysis. But it looks like it's been around for a while. Might be something that we take a look at and try to maybe potentially get a listing over on GroveX. Might be something we could get them on over there at GroveX. If you're plugged in over there, if you have a contact, send them my way. I'll reach out as well. Are there DMs open? Oh, there are. I'll shoot them a DM. Picked up a small bag at $3.50. So okay, it's solid. You're up $1.50 or $1, little over $1. That's not bad at all. And at $3.50, it looks like you bought in somewhere around here, somewhere in this range. Well, that's not bad. That's a nice. Let's see what the percentage of is that. Price range from there. Up 40%. Not bad. Not bad at all. Anytime we can be up 40% in a project is nice. Anytime you can get a little bag of something to be up 40%, not shabby. But yeah, that's kind of what we got going on in crypto. Crypto's been going crazy, ups and downs, extremely volatile, like always. Crypto is always volatile right now. But yeah. So, what other projects? I know we got Grove. We talk a lot about Grove, but I'm always down for new projects. Anytime I can get into something, I'm always trying to get into something to make some money. You know what I mean? I'm always trying to make some money. I'm still liking Stewie. I know I talk a little bit about Stewie every once in a while, but Stewie, man, they seem to be doing some really good things over there. Continuously building, adding some utility for the project as well. I think let me get over to Cuff's page over on Twitter. He put out some. Look at that, first guy up right there. I like it. I like that. He put out a tweet. He actually has a couple of videos that he just posted. But it looks like they just added some NFTs that are going to give you access to like staking pools where you actually can make some decent money. I know some. I checked out their Telegram the other day, and it looks like some people were making like $15 a day just in staking. So not too bad. But yeah, breakdown. You got some common passes, some silver, different prices. You're gonna get you different things and things like that. So Stewie, definitely a meme coin, but is doing some good things when it comes to continuously putting out uh, more than just a project. They have their meme to earn rewards, their program. So like you create memes, you get paid. Uh, who the heck? If you got a couple of minutes, make a couple of memes, make some extra money, man. I think I saw last week. I was checking that like somebody made like over 300 memes. So I'm sure that's probably solid. I don't have 300 meme time in my life, but if I did, that'd be solid. Need Stewie on Grovex. I'm in on that as well. I'm in on that. Hey Stewie, hit me up. Stewie Project. Anybody over in the Stewie Project, hit me up. Let's make that happen. Let's make that happen. Let's make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Get it on there. So it's doing a lot of really good things. Continuously building out, adding utility, creating value for the project. So not bad. Anytime we can get projects that are doing good things and get quality projects over on GroveX, I think that's a win. I think that is a win-win. So if you know somebody over at Grove or at Stewie Project or a Render, send them my way. We'll see if we can't make that happen, Captain. I'm all game. I'm all game for that. I like where your head's at, Miss Tammy J. We need Stewie over on GrowX. We need to make that happen. Remember when I told you my phone doesn't ring until I get on these streams? 68 Telegram messages since I started streaming 50 minutes ago. 68 messages on Telegram alone. That's just Telegram. That's not including emails and other random text messages and other things that my phone's ringing for. I promise y'all, my phone doesn't ring anytime. I mean, it rings, but not like it does whenever I start a stream. Never fails. Never fails. I probably should check some of those messages. It might be, maybe I got Render or Stewie hitting me up over on Telegram. We'll have to check that out as soon as the stream's over. Looks like there could be some potential there, but we'll check it out later. But anyways, that's crypto. That's crypto for the day, kind of where we are this week. I am interested to see what the FOMC does tomorrow. I'm pretty sure they're not going to raise interest rates. But it could be, we could potentially see the interest rates start cutting that number down a little bit, or we could still kind of be on that pivot point where they don't do anything, where we don't raise it, but we don't lower it. We kind of stay where we are. So we'll have to find out tomorrow what the FOMC meeting comes out, what it says, what they think, where they're going to take it next. I don't know. That's another one that I really haven't kept up with what the FOMC has been doing. But it kind of, I think we've been in a pause for a month or two. So it could potentially be where we start to we start to kind of bring that interest rate, start to kind of fight that and bring it back down, or stay the same. I don't see them raising interest rates. I think we're done with that. I hope we're done with that. But we could potentially see start to cut down and bring that number down a little bit. potentially. So, and that's another bullish catalyst that could happen tomorrow if they do bring it down. If they do start to to bring that number down a little bit, we could potentially see some movement in the markets. The markets could respond. I would say if they do nothing, you're probably not going to see much. But if they start to bring it down a little bit, if they make a cut instead of a rate hike, you might see some action tomorrow. It might be a nice green day, not the band, but the markets. So we'll have to see what the FOMC does. We'll have to see what happens there. But what else? Y'all got any other new projects out there? We talked about Render. We talked a little bit about Stewie. Talked about the Solana network. What's going on over there? Let me know. I'm always interested and intrigued and like to learn about new projects and what's going on in the world of crypto outside of my own little circle that I sometimes get stuck in. I think a lot of us kind of hang out in our own little corner. I don't know why I did the Donald Trump look there. Corner. But yeah, I'm always down for new projects, new ideas, new things like that. Shido on ETH. So that's another one that I've heard a little bit about. Shido. Shido. I think I heard. I was in a space earlier today for the Rough Riders NFTs. They sold out. Congratulations to that project. Selling out an NFT project, not an easy thing to do, and they did it in like that. I don't even know if it made it to public mint. But I think Shido, they were actually taking Shido as you could mint some of the NFTs with Shido. So that's another one I just heard about today. A little bit. I don't know much about it, but Shido on ETH. Quackpots, do you happen to know the last four of the contract on that? I think it's this one, $80 million market cap. I think it's last ending in DBED. I think it's this one. I'm not 100% sure. But if it is, I mean, it looks like it's been doing pretty well for this year. Nice run, a little bit of a pullback. But like I said, every time we get above that top Bollinger Band, oh, you're good. I think this is it. I don't know any other Shidos that are at an $81 million market cap. You know what I mean? Like that's. So we're gonna assume this is correct, but just more chance to kind of look at this. Do a little bit of technical analysis and help y'all understand. Using the Bollinger Band is a really good tool. There's a bunch of different tools out there. Using the average days, they start to cross over and things like that. But we're going to keep it pretty simple. Bollinger Bands, get above it, usually pulls back, gets above it, pulls back, gets above it, has a nice, kind of pullback to kind of where we are right now. Now, potentially could begin that next uptrend. Could begin the next uptrend. Who knows? We'll have to see. We will have to see. But it looks like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, maybe somewhere in there. Sitting at 8. Yeah, so this is it. Yeah, another project I don't know anything about it. I need to check this out. It's actually number 10 right now in hot and trending on the top line. Hot pairs. Shido right there. But you got Pork, Troll, Grok, Byte. I know Rodney over My Crypto Journey. He's a big fan of the Byte, of this Byte project. He's a big fan of it as it moves to number 4. So, but I've heard a lot about the pork, the bite. So yeah. They've been building like crazy. That's what I like to see. That's what it's all about, especially during a bear market. It really is about building, being able to build, and do that during that time frame. That way, when the markets do flip back around, you're not trying to play catch up. So I've been in Squid Grow for over a year now. Squid Grow, there you go, over a year, almost a year actually. Hey, there you go. Still a nice period of time. But yeah, I like project like Grove. Like Grove has been building like crazy during this bear market. 100%. Grove has 100% built a lot during this bear market. So I like to see projects that are doing that as well. I think those are the projects that are going to be prepared for more success in the upcoming bull run. Man, I swear. Now I got eight text messages. Like, God, turn off. Just turn the vibrate off. My goodness. I feel like today's even worse than what it normally is. So, but yeah, projects that took the bear market and didn't get scared, didn't run, but embraced it and continued to build. I think those projects are going to be the ones that are going to do well during a bull run. So, like you said, Shido, you said Shido's been building like crazy. So, hats off to them. Congratulations. That's solid. And that, it's sitting there at 208. That could during a bear market. That you can start talking about pennies. Pennies aren't far off from 0.008. I bet they probably actually all-time high. Yeah, all-time high is already a penny. So, or at least, yeah. So projects like that are going to do well. Going to continue to build and do well. I like that. Another project that we should get on GroveX. Can y'all tell I like GroveX? That's not because they pay me. GroveX doesn't pay me. They kind of do. But yeah, I'm all about getting good, solid projects onto the platform, onto the exchange. I think that's what you need. It's good, I'm not hating on meme coins or anything like that, but projects that are continuously putting out good utility, creating value for their holders, and building. Those are the solid projects that I think Grove and GroveX really want on their platform, and those are the projects that are going to do well. Let me just make sure these text messages aren't important. I usually don't have 7 text messages. No, they're not important. They're important, but not crazy important. Nothing that can't wait. Man, I'm closing in on 100 messages on Telegram. That's wild. I usually don't wake up to that many messages. Need to get some Shido, Miss Tammy J. Hey, there you go. Don't do it because I looked at it. Make sure you do your research on it. I'm not a financial advisor. I know nothing about the project. Just want to make sure that's well known for anybody out there. Always do a little research. It always helps you out. It will always help you out. No, I've been looking at it. I just don't like buying on ETH. I get that. I get that. That is the one downside to Ethereum, is the gas fees are so much higher, so much higher when it comes to gas fees on the Ethereum network. It's pretty crazy, especially when you got probably BNB is so cheap. Solana's pretty cheap, I've heard. Grove is super cheap. I mean, it's wild. It is wild. Just refreshing my Twitter over here to make sure I'm not missing anything. But yeah, anytime you're getting in on Ethereum, it's rough. Like, I don't even know what the GUI is right now. What is the GUI for Ethereum right now? 19. 19 is not bad. GUI is 19. That's not a bad gas price. But I bet if you waited till later on this evening, it'd probably go down even further, maybe around that 10 or 11, maybe 12, somewhere around that. That's why I do I do most of my DGen playing late at night. Oh, there you go. Is it on Coinbase? Is Shido on Coinbase? Let's find out. That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Shido. It's available in the Coinbase wallet. I'm not gonna lie. I've never really got into the Coinbase wallet. Like, I think I have one, but I haven't really messed around with it too much. I always forget I got a few dollars, some USDT over there. I always forget about that. I'm just gonna scroll through these messages real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything important. Yeah, same here. I use Coinbase. Coinbase is what I use to on and off ramp. That's what I use to go on and off ramp with. I do have crypto.com. I don't really use crypto.com as much anymore now that we got GroveX, and because like really all I use crypto.com for was is to go between Ethereum and BNB. That's really what I use that for. But now that GroveX has that same capability, I don't really go don't really go on to crypto.com. Like, I don't know. Couldn't tell you the last time I was on crypto.com, to be truthfully honest. Yeah, that's all I did. That's all I used crypto.com for, was to, if I needed to go, if I needed ETH and had BNB, or if I vice versa, that's what I use those for. So, but now that I can do that same thing over on GroveX with cheap fees, yeah, man. Because I think it was like 0.005 Ethereum, and it's 0.001. So I'm saving 0.004, which isn't a lot, but in the you start doing that multiple times, that adds up. And I don't keep a lot when it comes to exchanges. I don't keep a lot of my money on exchanges. I keep majority of mine in a wallet. So that's what's up. I first picked up Shido on the SafeMoon wallet, and it was only on BNB, but they migrated to ETH. Solid. Earlswood in the building. What is good, brother? How you doing, man? Earlswood, I was kind of expecting to see you last night at 1 a.m. my time during that spotlight space. Earlswood, like honestly, like I'm not financial advice by any means. But that project, the Galileo project, if you haven't looked into it, they do some pretty cool things, and I think it would kind of fit along the lines of being a car salesman. I think in that automotive field, it might be something that potentially I think you might like. Ah, well, more important, 100%. Sister's birthday is always more important than sitting in to a space with me and Carlo. 100%. So, yeah, listen. And outside of, I'm not financial advice by any means. Just a project because I know you're in automotive, and they have some things that they're doing in the automotive side. I think that I think you might, you might be able to do something there potentially. Trying to connect dots. That's all I'm doing. Just trying to connect dots. But what's good with you, Earls? What anything anything new with you, Dananda? And tell your sister happy birthday from the Grove Green Army. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. See, there you go. Happy birthday. That's all you get out of me. Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, just take a listen. It's pretty solid. It's like 45 minutes. How are those light blue shirts? They kind of look like the color shirt I got on right now. Remember, I think it was last week when Earlswood was in the space saying that his plain white T-shirts had a little bit of a blue tint to them now. Totally done that. I couldn't tell you how many times. More times than I care to admit. That's funny, but I'm glad she gets back. I'm sure you are excited for some better cooking and for your laundry to be done properly. Man, speaking of Grove live spaces, we do have one tomorrow night, as always, Wednesday. It is tomorrow. Yeah, I can't cook. My daughter is complaining. She is so sick of Uber Eats. Man, Uber Eats and DoorDash, they make a killing. They make a killing. Like, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I got a trip coming up and I need some extra cash, kids' birthdays or something, I ain't gonna lie. I'll go be a dasher, make some extra dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll pick. I'm not opposed to making some extra money, and you make some pretty decent money. I think it averages. I think I average out to about 20, 25 bucks an hour. Do a couple hours, $100. Not too bad. But yeah, Uber Eats and DoorDash, they make a killing. I just keep buying new T-shirts. There you go. That's one way to fix the issue. That is one way to combat that. That's funny. That is funny. Yes, I bet your house. I bet you and your daughter are so very ready for your wife to get back, so the Uber Eats can stop and you can save money by not buying more T-shirts. Saving money all the way around. Uber Eats costs money. Buying new t-shirts costs money. Your wife going out of town is costing you money, including sanity, because you have to go buy new t-shirts. Now, do you have Uber deliver your shirts? Just have the Uber driver swing by the local store, the local t-shirt shop, and grab you a couple of t-shirts. If you do, that's funny. That's something I would totally do. Man, that's funny. Make sure I haven't missed any comments. I think we're good there. My wife's little kitten is a pain. Oh man. No Uber, don't deliver shirts, damn. Man, that sucks. I don't know if they deliver them here either. I just figured maybe. So cats. Yeah, I'm not a big cat fan. I'm not a big cat person. I love animals. I love cats. I'm just really allergic. And so me and cats don't really get along. Like my eyes swell shut, my throat's like it's just not good. From with me and cats. Nothing against them, but if you got a cat that lives in the house, I'm done for. Like give me about 20 minutes, and I'm like, as long as like my eyes are just like, I look like a puffer fish. Straight up blowfish. Not a pretty sight. But I don't mind cats. I'm definitely a dog guy. I'm definitely a dog guy. Hannah Hurts. I have a feeling Hannah's a cat lady. It's Hannah probably has like two cats. Um, Teeter and Totter, something like that. I don't know. I could totally. Hannah seems like she would be a cat lady. It's high intensity running around scratching the sides of the chair. I might accidentally leave the door open. Hey, I know nothing what you talk about. I know nothing. We have 4 cats and 1 dog. Oh, okay, okay. See, I see that. I could totally see that. I'm just getting sniffly talking about cats. That's funny. Have always been a dog person myself. Here is one of my dogs. That is Charlotte. My my red Lacey, my black red Lacey. Earlswood said he will pay for the shipping on that. 100%. He will pay for shipping. But no, this is my girl. That's Charlotte. And then let's see here. This is my dude. That is Rusty. Rusty and Charlotte. Those are my dogs. Red Laceys, the official dog of the state of Texas. Way too dang smart for their own good. Way too smart for their own good. I promise you that. This is more of Charlotte. This is the other one. She looks really fierce. This is more of what Charlotte looks like. That's totally way more of what my dog looks like. Super goofy. She's actually the one who runs the household. She runs everything, and she will let you know very quickly, especially Rusty. But that's my duders. That's right after bath time. They're very happy and very shiny and very clean. I do love that picture right there, though. Yeah, those are my pups. Those are my pups. I'm really glad I didn't have to log into IG because I wouldn't have made it because I don't remember what my login is. Oh, I forgot I even had this one. Here's my pups with my son when he was like super young. I never get on Instagram, so I oftentimes forget I have that video. But yeah, those are my babies. Those are my babies, my son and my dogs. When they were all young. Almost time for me to recycle all my can and plastic and turn it into Grove coin. I've been doing that for about 2 years now, while Grove is still a low price point. Hey, there you go. There you go. Any way you can dollar cost average is a way to make it happen there, Captain. I like it. Appreciate that, brother. Most definitely appreciate that. Yeah. Aw. I have no Facebook or Instagram, only Twitter. Twitter takes up most of my social media, my phone time. I spend a lot of time on Twitter, whether it's posting, replying to posting, any of that. Yeah, I'm definitely a dog guy. I've always been a dog guy. Will always be a dog guy. Like I said earlier, I have nothing against cats. I'm allergic. That's all it is. But you also like you can't play fetch with a cat. You can play fetch with a dog, and you could throw the cat, and the dog will go get it. But like that's about all the cat will do. I've never seen a cat play fetch. Usually, cats are just laying around or scratching something up, as we saw with Earlswood's comment. But yeah, definitely a dog guy. One of your cats play fetch? Okay. Do you throw the other cat and it goes and gets it? Like how does that work? You throw the cat and the dog goes and brings the cat back? How does that work? Hannah, I'm joking if you hear me. I'm joking. Calm down. Man, good times. Good times. Well, chat, what else we got? What else we got? Any other projects I need to be looking at? Anything else I need to be paying attention to? Any other cat stories or dog stories you got? A Trower in the building. What's good, brother? In football, you have the dog pound. There's no such thing as the cat pound. It's very true. Very, very true, Trower. 100% agree with that. I don't even know what do you call like the Bengals? What is their the Panthers, the Bengals? Are there any other cats? I think that's it. I don't know. What do you call the big cats? Like, yeah, I don't. Nah. Cleveland Browns. You got the dog pound. Huh. It's a very good point, Trower. Very good point. That makes a lot of sense. I've never thought of that, but yeah, I don't even like what they call like the fan section of the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, it doesn't. They're called the Carolina Panther Fan Zone. That sounds terrible. Do the I don't do the Cincinnati Bengals have one? No, they call it the Jungle. See, okay, at least they got the Jungle. They got a cool name. They got a cool name for it. It's not just the Fan Zone. I have 2 cats and 3 dogs. There you go. That's a good ratio. Our cats are just different than most. They all want to be in our laps or sleeping next to us. They are not normal. Yeah, I feel like that's not a normal cat. I definitely like, you got to have the pet snuggles. Snuggling up with your dog. I feel like that's the best. Especially in the wintertime. I've never had a cat do that. Again, I'm allergic to cats, so I guess I would never have had that. Outside cats, like if your cat like stays outside a lot, I can handle those kind of cats. But it's when the cat is like inside the house 24/7. I can't. I go crazy. My allergies go crazy. That is different. Alrighty, chat. We're coming up on that hour and a half mark. Definitely been a solid stream. Talked a lot. Covered some different projects. Looked at Solana, what's going on with them. Talked about the ETS for Ethereum, FOMC tomorrow. Bitcoin, what's going on with them. So we've talked a lot today. Covered a lot. Spent about an hour talking about crypto today, which is a good thing. So unless y'all got anything else y'all wanted me to talk about or take a look at, y'all can let me know now. If not, we are probably going to wrap it up and get into it. So I got to get my sleep schedule back on point. It's been super crazy lately. So I got some melatonin waiting for me after the stream. Super excited about that. Try not to be up at 5 a.m. in the morning. But like I said, if y'all got something, let me know. If not, we are going to wrap it up and get up on out of here. We'll be back tomorrow over on X for our Grove Live Weekly. That is already scheduled. So if you have not yet, go set your reminder. Be talking some cool things, kind of doing a little maybe a brief recap of the Galileo spotlight and things like that, and talk about everything else going on, FOMC, news, crypto, everything Grove, everything Grove. We'll be doing it all tomorrow over there. Miss Tammy J, I hope you have a great night as well, ma'am. As always, definitely appreciate you for hanging out with us. Not seeing too much pop up right now. Oh man, that's what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for, man. All of the time, anytime. I enjoy it. So I definitely appreciate you, Quack Pops, for hopping in here and throwing out those new projects to look at as well. What was it? Render and Shido. Definitely need to take a look at those. Drower, have a good night, brother. Most definitely. My brother from Texas. Hook 'em. I think next year is going to be a good year for us. All right, y'all. We're going to get up out of here. Definitely appreciate y'all. Y'all always show up, show love, and show support. And I can never tell y'all thank you or love y'all enough. But I appreciate you. Love you. As always. Remember, 2 things in this world that you can control at all times: attitude and effort. Stay positive. Give 110% in everything you do. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow night, and then we'll be back Thursday. Other than that, I'm out of here. I'm JustAman. Peace.